Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Kurt, and I want to talk to you a little bit about lock picking. A friend of mine came over the other day, and he had a lockpick set. He's like, hey, let me show you something, and he showed me how to do some basic stuff with not even really fancy stuff. It was just using a pick kind of like this. I made this one out of a hacksaw blade and a Dremel tool. This is called the snake rake, and you know, basically I just did this a few times, and bam, the lock opened up, and so it kind of piqued my interest. I went, well, what's the deal with that? And so I picked up a lock. This is a cheap little aluminum Task Force lock. It's not a very good lock, but actually I'm finding out that there are not a lot of very good locks out there. There's some great YouTube channels out there. I'll talk about those in a minute, but the basic concept is you want to put you put in tension on the cylinder here, and there's tumblers up in here, and you're trying to trick the lock, get them up past what's called the shear line, and then and then the lock will turn. So I'm gonna try and do this. So let's see how quick I can make it happen. There we go. About 20 seconds. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I've just picked up a few things off YouTube. There's what's called single pin picking, and there's over picking, where you force everything back, you shove all the pins up inside, and then kind of one by one let them down until they release. And that's kind of what I did there. And then let me show you how basically a lock mechanism works. You've got the hole for the key is right there, and then you've got these pins, and depending on the type of key will depend on where these pins sit. And you got 4, 5, 6, 7, however many pins in a lock. Typically it's 4 or 5 in these small combination, or these small these small kind of locks. And what you're doing is what I just did there was forced the put tension on it with this tension wrench, forced the lock over so that it was slightly off center. Then I pushed all these up past the shear line, and then I slowly released enough pressure that they started to pop back down. Then I kind of played with them until it released. And this particular lock, I've noticed the second pin, if I can get that one dialed in, the others are really irrelevant. So I don't know what that's about, but I really have no idea what I'm doing. And I make this video not to show you, hey, you too can break into locks. I make this video to show you how unsecure the average lock is. Most locks are unsecure. They do have some other pins that are called security pins. They are shaped kind of like this, like a spool. Call them spool. They have other types, but basically what happens is, instead of falling, staying up on the edge, it tilts at an angle, and then when you try and turn, it jams it up in there. And so that's there are some, but you can get past those too. So the most secure locks I'm finding out are actually the old early 1900s skeleton key locks, because the spring in there is so big and thick that you can pick it, but you need special tools. You can't do it with a flimsy little lock pick, and most people that's, if they had a lock pick, that's what they're doing. But it can come in handy for other reasons. If you lost the key, how would you get this off? Yeah, you go get some bolt cutters or pick it. So thought you might all like to see this, and maybe check it out for yourself. And I will try and put the links to the YouTube users that have some really good lock picking videos.